Yeah, my trigger fingers itching for your pension, so I'm.
Hello everyone, I am back again with my pot, and this time we're going to make cream of broccoli soup. It's very easy, real inexpensive. I think the most expensive thing I may have spent for this soup is the cheese. So I have evaporated milk, I have water, I have the broccoli, I have it chopped up. Make sure you add the stem because that's where all the nutrients are, in the stem as well. I have sherry wine. I have Accent because I have high blood pressure, so to cut down on my salt intake, I use Accent. It's like half the sodium of salt. Now, but you can use salt. Salt is good. I also have black pepper and flour. And with the flour, I'm just going to add water to it and stir it up so that I can add it to the liquid while it's not super hot, and blend it in, and that's what gives it a creamy texture. So you can do it that way, or you can use a roux. The roux is just fat and flour, and it's a thickening agent. But I'm just going to do a slurry, which is flour and water, which is very easy to do. All right, so let's get started. Let's turn on our fire for our soup. So I'm using a it's like maybe an 8-quart pot for my soup. All right, I'm gonna make enough to last for the week. All right, so what I'm going to do, oh, and I forgot one last ingredient, which is, let me get that, is my chicken base. Now I use this Better brand, and you can get it at Kroger, Walmart, Pathmark, any local grocery store. But I use this. You can use bouillon. You can use the Knorr chicken base as well. Whatever is to your liking. But be careful with the bouillon because the bouillon has a lot of sodium in it, so it's real salty. So I use this, and all I'm going to use is maybe a tablespoon of. Actually, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of the bouillon because I got double the amount this time. All right. So let's go back to my pot. So let's get my measuring spoons. All right. Let me just open this up. Okay, so I'm going to add my water. Okay, and I'm going to add 1, 2 teaspoons of the stock, chicken stock. It gives it the flavor. So don't worry about it dissolving. It will dissolve over time. And then I'm going to add my canned milk. And I'm using a whole can of canned milk. All right. So that was like maybe 10 ounces of water or 8 ounces of water, and then a whole can of canned milk with 2 teaspoons of this chicken stock. Okay, and so then after that, I'm going to go ahead and add I'm just going to sprinkle the Accent on top. So maybe about a teaspoon of Accent. Same thing with black pepper. Golly. Just enough sprinkle up top. The kicker is the sherry. The sherry wine is what gives any cream soup, like if you're making French onion soup, if you're making lobster bisque, this is what gives it that nice, smooth flavor. So I'm just going to put in, all right, maybe 2 tablespoons of it. All right, I'm that type of cook that I just add. I don't measure everything. I just look at it and measure it by eye. All right. So I initially always add a little. The golden rule to that is add a little and build on your flavors. So don't add a lot at the beginning. Add a little and then taste and add more. All right. So now I'm going to add my cheddar cheese that I had already sliced up. Go ahead and let that melt down. Let's turn this up a little higher. All right, so now while that's doing its thing, I'm going to start. You're going to have to keep watching it because it will scorch. Milk will scorch if you don't stir. So I'm going to stir. I'm going to make a little splash here and there. But I'm going to stir with, I got a whisk. You can use a spoon, however you want to do it. But I'm going to keep stirring over this high heat. And then I'm going to start turning it down once I see the cheese start to melt. But I'm going to keep stirring so that I don't scorch my soup. Alright, and as that's melting down, then I will add my broccoli. And then I add my slurry. And that's going to be it for my broccoli soup. And then I'll just let it cook down till it gets nice and tender. If you like your broccoli crunchy, then you don't cook it down. But I like to cook it down. And as you cook it down, the sauce gets thicker. And when you let it sit overnight, my. It becomes a nice creamy texture. So I'm just going to keep on melting that down. Alright, my soup is getting a little yellow. So that cheese is melting. That's a good thing. It doesn't take long. It takes about maybe 20 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes if you let it sit down. I mean, if you let it simmer on down. Alright, so I'm stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. Alright. So, as you can see, the chicken stock already dissolved. So now we just wait for the cheese. Alright, you see how it's breaking down and it's melting? Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add my broccoli. And see, the broccoli has the stems. I just cut it on down in pieces. Put it on in there. It's going to fall apart anyway as it cooks down. So if you if you put it in big pieces in there, it doesn't matter. It will break up. So see the soup? Alright. So keep stirring. Keep stirring. It's getting there. Keep stirring. All right. I make this all the time because it's so easy, so flavorful, and I don't have to buy it from the store. And like I said, you can make this in big batches. And if you use a bigger pot than if you use a big family pot, which is about 16 quarts, so you're going to need 2 cans of canned milk and double the water. And so you can freeze it. I usually make a lot, and then I freeze it and give it to family members who may want some broccoli soup. And also, you can add things to the soup. You can add mushrooms if you like. If you, I know if I had fresh crab meat in my area, I would add crab meat to it. There's nothing good about eating crab than eating it in a nice creamy soup. Alright, so that's thickening up. Alright, so you see it's all yellow, it's all creamy. Alright, so now I'm going to get another spoon because I want to taste it. I want to make sure it's to my liking before I add my flour to thicken it up. So then all I have to do is cook it down. Let me get a spoon and taste it. Ah, voila! Perfect. I don't need to do anything else. Yes. You know when it's good when you start to sing. Alright, so the last thing we need to do now, and it's nice and cheesy, is to go ahead and add our flour slur. Now, also I'm going to add, I like Kobe cheese in mine as well, so what I do is I got like 3 slices of that cheese. And let me show you, it's Kobe cheese. I'm sorry. I'm holding this. I'm not a professional video person yet. I'll get there as time goes on. If you guys like what I'm doing, it'll get better. You know, if I get the support and you guys tune in. All right, there it goes. Ooh, I'm so excited. I love cream of broccoli soup. All right. So I'm going to turn the fire down because I got to add that slur, and I don't want it to be, turn it all the way down because I don't want it to be too hot. And I want it to lump up in my soup. So, and then mind you, when you add that slur, you got to whisk real fast so it doesn't lump up. Now, there's a trick to the trade. That is, if you got lumps in your flour, you just run it through a strainer and put it into your soup. That way you don't get any lumps. Okay, there we go. All right, so while you're looking at my soup and it's cooking, I'm going to add water to this flour. And then I got to stir it real quick. Okay, I made the slur, and all I did was add water to this flour mixture. And I just kept stirring it and stirring it with a whisk so I wouldn't have any lumps. So it's just water and flour. That's it. And it can be, make sure it's just cool water and not hot water. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this slurry to my stock, and then I'm going to stir. Yeah, you see how thickening it's getting? Yep, there you go. All right, so now I'm going to turn my fire back up because I want it to cook down. And that's how you make cream of broccoli soup. Look at it. Let's get the spoon. Look at that cream. Look at those pulps of cheese. Yeah, baby. That's going to be divine. All right, so that will be it, folks. Bon appetit.